guys, my name is Jamod Lasika and today we are here at the Mille Miglia, the 1,000-mile rally. Well, they brought it over here to Dubai, and just to start off with, we have a Koenigsegg CC from 1996. Only one of three in the world. This is a prototype. It's finished in this lovely brown color and it's got a 4.6 Ford modular V8 with a supercharger. And come here, bro, let's just take a look at that nice blue interior. It's all covered in suede. Got the beautiful racing seats, and look at that. Look at the grab handle on the door. It's like machined aluminum, if I'm not mistaken. And man, just look at the wheels on that carbon and that gauge shifter. Whoa. Holy moly. Something odd, something a bit funny I noticed when I was like walking past this prototype CC Koenigsegg is that the taillights, they kind of are reminiscent of those you'd find on an AE86 coupe. Not the liftback that Takumi drove in Initial D. This is the coupe version with the trunk, not the liftback. Just so you know, it really looks so similar. I'm not sure if these are the exact same, but I might need to check that. And of course, take a look at that. Take a look at that race filter in there, man. And oh yeah, that really odd 90-degree plexiglass rear window. That's pretty odd. Like you don't see that nowadays, do you? And just like, oh yeah, just take a gander at the way that Alcantara is wrapped. You can really tell this is a prototype car, but man, it's a sign of like the greatness that was to come. Do you see the Testarossa? I don't see it. Ah, Testarossa, bellissimo. So basically, a big misconception about these cars is that it's called a Testarossa. But it's not a Testarossa technically. It's called, the model name is 512TR, in which the TR is Testarossa. Now Testarossa are two Italian words. Testa means head and rossa means red. So technically it's a red head. Not a ginger though, because even though gingers have souls, they don't have as much of a soul as this Ferrari does right here. So the reason it's called a red head, can you come with me please? The reason it's called a red head is underneath the engine here. The head of the engine is red in color. And if you actually thumb through the pages of Ferrari's history, you will see other Ferrari models with the name Testarossa attached to them. For instance, the 250 Testarossa. The reason it's called the Testarossa is because it has a red colored engine head cover. It was essentially my dream hypercar when I was a teenager. This is 1/3 of the Holy Trinity of the McLaren P1, which we have here, the Porsche 918, and the LaFerrari. It's not the Ferrari LaFerrari, it's just LaFerrari. So okay, cut it now. But the P1 was the car that actually smashed expectations and brought McLaren's name again to the forefront of the supercar industry. It introduced hybrid technology. Wait, was it the Porsche 918? Who cares? This car has a 3.8 liter twin turbo V8 with an electric motor making 177 horsepower. When you put those two together, it makes a combined 903 horsepower. And this thing is freaking insane. I mean, just look at the paint job. Just look at that beautiful paint job. And next to it, we have a car that I don't really know that much about. It's a McLaren Senna LM. What I can see off the top of my head is that this is really reminiscent of the McLaren F1 LM GTR, and it just has the same paint job as that legendary poster from the 90s. You know, the one with the orange McLaren F1 in front of that rocky beach. Just a beautiful car, man. Beautiful car. Just look at that price tag, man. See, in order for me to be able to afford this, I'm gonna have to eat a lot of ramen, and my doctor already says my blood pressure is bad enough, so this is no longer my dream car. It's 24. Well, even if I can't afford that McLaren P1, there's a lot of cars over here at the Mille Miglia RM Sotheby's display. Let's just walk through the paddock and just show you what they have to offer. Well, they're literally gonna go on auction in like 2 hours. Well, I'm not gonna stick around for that, but let's at least see them before they go on the the auction block. Like they're using a leaf blower. Like these cars are so precious, they do not want to damage anything or take any risks. Of course, we have the shooting brake Aston Zagato. We have the legendary. Well, we can't call it legendary because it was only like the fastest car in the world for like a week. But the Jaguar XJ220, such a beautiful design, just stood the test of time really well. And of course, the legendary Widowmaker Porsche, the 930 Turbo. And we have, well, you see that G-Class over there? That G-Class over there, right? It might not look it, but that's one of the rarest specs of G-Class you can get. It's affectionately known as the bikini top, but as you can see, it's got a convertible roof, and if I'm not mistaken, they have a final edition for that for the bikini top G-Classes. There's only 500 in the world. I'm not sure if that is one of them. But it's still a pretty welcome sight to see, especially in Dubai where everyone has the regular G-Class. And of course here we have the Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud Series 3. Such a beautiful design. If you're like into classic rock music, you've probably seen this car grace the album covers of so many classic albums. And of course we have the Lamborghini 400 GT. If I'm not mistaken, this was the car that came after the 3500 GT, but I guess you can fact check me in the comments on that. And of course, we have this Lotus. I really love it. I just can't recall the name right now. It's right there. The Lotus 11. If you played Forza for any period of time, this car has always been there, and it's just one of the coolest little road-going race cars you can ever made. And here we have the Maserati Mistral. I don't know too much about it, but I do know that there is a similar looking car designed by the same designer called the AC428. And it is a quirky but beautiful design. This is a very rare car. If I'm not mistaken, there's like 100 in the world. Huge line of Benzes over here, starting with, of course, this lovely baby blue 190 SL. I just want to show you the interior of this thing. Just look at how clean it looks, and by the way, if you can see, they used to put the mirror on the rear view mirror on the dash for convertible models, simply because I don't think they had the technology to mount it to the windscreen just yet. But still a pretty cool and beautiful car nonetheless. And here we have the SL60 R129. What a beaut! Look at how immaculate it looks. Porsche, they all look the same. And if you want to see a Porsche, you can come to any car event in the UAE. There's like a bajillion of them at every single event, bro. Nothing special about them. I'm just kidding. I secretly love Porsches, but I just kind of sick and tired of seeing them everywhere. But that's just me. You can continue to love Porsches if you want. But boy, look at that Plymouth GTX. Oh man, look at that candy purple paint job, man, and the friggin' racing stripe. If I'm not mistaken, this has the 440 Magnum V8, the 440 cubic inch Magnum V8. Yes, I was correct. You can see it right there. This thing was like one of the fastest cars on American roads. Okay, I'm kind of digging this Mach 1 GTI. That's pretty sick. Those are kind of not my taste, but they are pretty unique. One thing I can say, we probably got negative offset on them. We got inverse offset on them or something. But yeah, man, it's a pretty cool little Volkswagen over here. And then, of course, GTR Nismo, the internet's favorite supercar slayer, and of course the first generation Camaro. as beautiful as the day rolled off the factory line. Buick GS, Buick Compass GS if I'm not mistaken. And of course, oh what, a Lamborghini Diablo. It's pretty sick. So we're basically on the green. This event is taking place on a golf course. And we just got a huge line of amazing cars over there. Like if I'm not mistaken, a Jaguar XK150, a 300 SL convertible. Just a smorgasbord of rare and beautiful cars. E-Type over here, if I'm not mistaken, Series 4. I'm not a big Jaguar E-Type nerd. We of course got the original Volkswagen Type 1 and an Austin Healey 3000, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 3000 Mark II. A little secret about these Austins and these little British sports cars. They were meant to be, now they're kind of pricey, but when they were new, they were supposed to be the sports car for the everyman. You could have, like if you were working class dude, you could have bought one of these, and of course, they weren't as like well put together as you see. They weren't as well put together as you see here. These are restored examples. When they came out of the factory, they probably had orange peel up the wazoo, and they probably leaked on a rainy day. But these cars are special because they brought spirited driving and fun driving to the masses in Britain. That's why they're revered by collectors today. So I guess I'm running out of time. I have somewhere else to be, but I just wanted to end it on possibly one of the most beautiful cars ever made. As the saying goes, Enzo Ferrari once said that this was one of the most beautiful cars in the world. But one surprising fact I learned about this from Instagram comments is that there is a pre-series E-Type. This lure is apparently, there was like a strike at the factory when these were being built, and instead of having them molded into the bonnet like they are here, they were apparently stamped separately and welded into holes that were cut out into the bonnet. Pretty weird fact. And there were some oddities and quirks about the pre-series car, but just look how beautiful that interior looks, man. And to think, this was like a pretty reasonably priced car for the time. You can check out like Jeremy Clarkson's video he made on this. It's just a beautiful car all around. And of course we have the hardtop over there. Look at that swooping rear end, man, just beautiful. So I guess that's about it. That's about what we have time for today. I gotta be running quick. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button and like the video. It would help a lot out. It would really help a lot. And see you guys next time. Have a wonderful week ahead. Collectors.